Καλησπέρα, καλώς ορίσατε σε ένα special επεισόδιο OVERPLAY powered by novibet εδώ στη Media Day του Ολυμπιακού με special guest τον Νικόλα Μιλουτίνοφ. Νίκολα, congratulations.
Thank you.
Thanks for taking the time to speak with us. My first question is, aside from your guys' offensive talent compared to last year, what do you think is different about the team and the vibe around the team this year compared to last year?
I mean, like you said, we have much more offensive talent. Adding Evan in this team, Sasha in the team, they're bringing really big impact to our offensive game, and they're giving you much more options. It's really nice having them here. They're the ones who are also offensively having the ball the most in their hands. They're also shooting the ball most, so it's really a blessing to have them in the team. I mean, of course, we cannot forget the other players who are important, who also were addition in this team, but I'm saying that those two guys are like giving the most impact from the team that was last year.
As far as yourself, since last year when you signed, it was supposed to be a timeshare between you and Mustafa, but I feel like you guys never had the chance to both be at an elite level at the same time. Sometimes you were out injured, sometimes Mustafa was out injured, and then you guys signed Mouwzes Ráiט, you had a third center. From your perspective, have we seen the best version of this duo yet, or is there still more to come?
I mean, you have to watch how the team did the job. I mean, also the last year when you miss so many players, we took the team to the Final-4. So if you want to see the team success, I mean, it was a pretty good job from us because, when you lose Sasha, who was year before I came, like the MVP of the Euroleague, who was so important for this team. Also like Kostas Lukas, who was, before he went to the Panathinaikos, he was big part of this team. So when you lose two of them, like big impacts, we still managed to take the team to the Final-4. So it was a big success also. It's not because of us only, it was because also the other players. But I mean, it's difficult when you have two good bigs that, both of them can have crazy numbers. It doesn't work like that when you share the time. When you also have Mouwzes as a third big who is really quality, who has potential, it's difficult that one player, you can expect to him that he has a double-double every game or not, because you have to share the time with the others. And, the job of us to help the other players in the system, how our team is created, who is spending the ball the most. We have to adjust our game in order to help them. And, the most important part is not if, we're going to have some great numbers or something. It's to help the team to win, because if teams succeed, all of us will be successful, no matter how you play. If the team lose, all of us are unsuccessful, no matter if you have crazy numbers or not. So, it's team success is in the first place. On the second place is individual performance. Of course, all of us wants to play good, but if we, on the end of the day we win the game, we will all be happy.
We saw one of the great versions of yourself this year in the playoffs when it matters most. You put up some big numbers. You went against Tavares, who's one of the best bigs in the league in the last quite a few years, I might say. How tough has it been for you the last 2 years that you haven't been able to show us your full skill set for a big matter of time? We all know, everybody who follows European basketball, whether it was your previous years in Olympiacos, CSKA, or Serbian national team, we all know what type of a player you are. We all know your qualities. I'm just saying, from a mental aspect, from your side, how tough has it been that you haven't been able to show us everything for an extended period?
For some players, you have to adjust to the system. Some coaches prefer other players to adjust to their system. Some other coaches will adjust their system towards you. And, it's, for me personally, being at the Final-4 last year and being again at the Final-4 this year, I think it's pretty big success for me. And, this is also one of the reasons I came back to Olympiacos, not for me to have great numbers and team not to achieve anything. I mainly came back here for team to win, to try to achieve this goal of mine, to take the trophy of Euroleague with Olympiacos, and after that we will see.
Nikola, you've been a great basketball idol for young kids. Your sportsmanship has been second to none on and off the court. You've spoken with respect to opponents. I know you're much aware of the rivalry here and the rivalry back home in Serbia. How important is it for you to display, aside from your skill set, to display your character and your personality and what type of a person you are, as well as your skill set?
For me personally, I understand that there is a rivalry. I understand that their fans, they have rivalry against them, but on the end of the day, I will try to do everything on the court to be the opponent. But for me, sportsmanship, this is why it's a sport. It's we don't go on the end of the day to the war. There is much more crazy thing. I'm trying to put some normal rivalry. I'm trying to, not to put some extra things for the things to make it even worse, because, you know, for the fans, they don't need much in order to go more crazy, because for them is already just this rival is enough to have a big fight. So, you know, for me personally, if somebody show me respect from the other teams, I will also show the respect for them, no matter who they are. And, you know, it's also in the life. If somebody really respects me, I will give the respect to them. If somebody don't respect him, no better. If it's a fan of Olympiacos or somebody else, I'm not going to respect him. So for me, it's personally respect what I, I'm looking for with the people, and, you know, how I like to be treated, and also how I'm trying to treat others. This is, how I'm trying to live my life, and maybe somebody agree with it, somebody not, but, this is me. All of us are different.
I don't think I've ever seen you get a tech. Did you get a tech this season?
No, because...
What about last season?
I don't think so, because, you know what, we make mistake at the game. Referees sometimes going to make mistake. It's a normal thing. It's a sport thing. Nobody's perfect. Anybody can make a mistake. Mm-hmm. So why to be mad on somebody that sometimes going to make some mistake? I'm trying to be correct with the referees, because they're also humans. They're not robots. So you have to understand it. Some people maybe cannot. So it's difficult. They have more stress, more energy. They're more, during the game, they're probably more pissed than me, but I'm trying to control my mind and to control my focusness, not to lose it on the referees or something else.
Thank you for that. And I want to talk about your position, the center. We didn't have a center in all Euroleague first team this year. And you see what's going on with positionless basketball, a lot of switching. Obviously, the best player in the game, Nikola, your friend. But what are you thinking about, basketball as far as where it's going? Because more old school guys, maybe like me, like others, they like, back to the basket type of players. You got hooks, you can shake your defender. You can play face up too, but it seems like that's a skill and a quality in the game that we're not going to be seeing in a while. So what are your thoughts on that? And are you kind of sad that the center position?
I mean, I think there is eras, maybe back in the days, there was moments when really they were looking in European basketball for the bigs that are big, and, they want them to the post up. Then there was eras when they were looking mainly for the short guys who can only, just set a pick and roll and jump. So maybe, it's going to come back another era when I think it's more about who wins. The other teams are looking who is winning, what is the winning mentality. I mean, what is the winning way to succeed. And then this is the way how the other teams will also look for the bigs. I mean, I wouldn't agree that there is only short guards. Like, look at the Euroleague. You have in Real Madrid, you have Tavares. You have in our team, you have bigs. In Panathinaikos, you have a big, who are not only the short guys who are playing pick and roll, that they can do more things. I mean, you have many teams that the bigs who can do a lot of things. So, it's not only that we're playing, let's say, as a four-man, other five-men. I think, there is still five-men who can do many things. But, it's also about, is there players that can satisfy the EuroLeague on that level also? I mean, it's more question for the coaches and the managers of the teams. But honestly, personally, for me, I'm not looking that way to be sad of how the EuroLeague. I'm just trying to, right now, that in the position I am, to try to improve myself, improve my team, and finally to achieve that goal.
Nikola, you spoke about the success of this team last year. You guys made it to the Final Four. You, along with Fender, were the first teams to win Game 5 on the road. Mm-hmm. And obviously, much less talent offensively last year, but still a big team to make it to the Final Four. You guys are favorites to win it again, which was the same case 2 years ago. You weren't here. Uh-huh. Can you talk about the different type of pressure that you guys might have this year with your rival winning it last season and going into the Final Four as the number one seed, as the best team with all this talent?
I mean, to tell you the truth, I think the pressure will maybe be 1-2 days before the game, when we are close to the time, or until the ball goes in the air for the tip-off. Because when you start running, when you start playing, you can't think much of pressure anymore. You have to be focused on what is going on the court. I mean, for sure, for the fans, probably, I mean, it's my opinion. I don't know how they think, but for sure it's more thing because Panathinaikos won last year, and I'm talking about this rivalry between them. So it's probably more pressure from them that we have to succeed this year. But we will do our best, like we are doing all year. We are trying to show our best game, and I really hope that all of us will be healthy. It will not happen something unexpectedly last moment, and that we'll be ready to help this team to win.
Going against Spanoulis, how special is it in his first season as a EuroLeague coach? He gets to face his former team, the team he won 2 EuroLeague titles with, some players that he played with, Sasha and yourself, if I'm not mistaken, and a lot of players that he was once teammates with. How special is it to go to Abu Dhabi and know that you're going against this EuroLeague and Olympiacos legend?
First of all, I have to congratulate him because he entered the team. He did a great job with them. And immediately, in a couple of months, getting the team to the Final Four just show how big potential he has as a coach, how talented he is a coach, how much he can give to the basketball. And, you know, he also showed it last year in the Peristeri that the team was always third going to the Final-4 of Champions League. And you don't see Peristeri now in the top of the Greek league like they were when he was there. Mm-hmm. So you have to give him a lot of credit for the job he's done. I'm really happy and proud of him that he's on the right way. You know, he just came to the big scene, the coaches in Euroleague basketball. He already proved himself. And but, you know, this time I really want to be happy after the 23 more than him because he already put the banners up. So it's a little bit, I mean, in Olympiacos, he put the banners up. He won the title. So I wish him really all the best. But, you know, that game, he will be against me, our opponent. And, you know, I really want to at least be part of one generation that won with Olympiacos.
Last segment, the this or that. I ask the this or that, and you get to pick Michael Jordan or LeBron James.
Jordan.
Easy answer, right?
Always.
Oh.
Only Jokic, number one, but Jordan.
But Jordan, yeah. Side note, Chuma Moneke said Nikola Jokic might be the best player I've ever seen in my life. I just wanted to throw that out there. Tsetsa or Despina Vandi?
Tsetsa.
Do you prefer the beach or the mountain?
Beach, always.
And what about food? You prefer souvlaki or you prefer pizza?
Souvlaki.
Thank you very much, senor.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate it.